Hello, hello, hello.
Hi there, I'm Morris Partee, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about my project called Squirrel Trench Audio. Squirrel Trench Audio has one purpose, and that is to rid the dance world of bad music edits at competitions. Now, this might seem like a very audacious goal, and it is true that I do love to remix songs into the proper length and structure for dance routines. But I know that I can't do it all myself. As much as I would love to edit every single song used in a dance competition, I know that I just don't have time. So, in addition to the remixing, which I can do on my own, I also love to teach. And I've created a website called squirreltrenchaudio.com that its purpose is to give tips and techniques for all you dance teachers and dance studio owners out there who don't necessarily have the time, money, resources, or inclination to use a professional music editor to create your dance routine music. But so again, you do have probably access to amazing software tools. Software, music audio editing software, which is free and incredibly powerful. However, with that power, it doesn't, as you well have known, since I'm sure you've done this yourself, it doesn't always yield musical results. And that's where to edit music well, it does require not only the tools and the knowledge, which again you have in your computer, you have the tools, they're there, but it also really, to do it well, requires a lot of knowledge and even years of experience. There's so many factors that go into music, and so music editing and remixing is a skill in its own right. And you, I'm sure, are an incredible dance teacher. And if not, you wouldn't be in the field. You wouldn't be teaching your students, working with them day in and day out, perfecting those routines. So I totally understand that you don't have time necessarily to also be a professional music editor or remixer or cutter. So what I hope to do with this video series and the website is to show you a little bit of what goes into editing music for dance routines well, and give you some tips, give you some tricks, give you some techniques, so that you don't end up with what I've discovered are the 5 most common music mishaps that I've heard at both regional and national dance competitions. It's very clear to me why these mistakes happen, and the solutions, thank goodness, are relatively easy to fix. So I would love to share with you some of my music audio remixing knowledge so that you have the tools to avoid the most common pitfalls in dance competitions, because after all, music without question is the foundation of dance. You are going to listen to the pieces of music that you have chosen for your students' solos, duos, trios, groups, approximately 500, if not 5,000 times before regionals even rolls around, never mind nationals. You're going to hear this music over and over and over again. Now, this does some interesting things. If you've edited the music well, then terrific. You are all set. If you have edited the music less than perfectly, guess what happens to your own brain and your own ear after you've listened to it 100 times, 200 times, 300 times? Any mistakes in there are going to seem natural to you. They're going to seem correct. However, of course, that is not how the judges and the audience are going to hear it at recitals, at regionals, or at nationals. They're going to be hearing it for the first or maybe the second time if you perform at nationals and then at the same, or if you perform at regionals and then you're at the same company for nationals. Maybe it'll be the second time they've ever heard that music. But they're not going to have gotten used to any mistakes that were introduced to it in the editing process. So with that having said, I want to keep this introductory piece to Squirrel Trench Audio very short and just pave the way for future editions of video segments where I will discuss different factors for editing things well and how to avoid those mistakes I was mentioning. And then you can also, of course, go to the website squirreltrenchaudio.com where I've written out in written form how to avoid these kind of mistakes and some really good techniques to use when you're editing that audio for your dance routine. That's where, it can be very intimidating to take a 3.5, a 4 minute, a 4.5 minutes, sometimes even a longer song if it's designed for, say, the club. Those are typically 6, 7, 8 minutes long, and you're trying to get it down to 2.5 minutes, maybe 2 3/4 minutes, or maybe you're trying to bump up to that 3-minute maximum. Maybe you're trying to make it into a 2-minute piece for a younger student who doesn't have the endurance of your older kids. But in any case, there really is an art to editing that song, making it really make sense as the foundation of your choreography so that you have something terrific musically to build that amazing choreography from. So good luck to you and your students in the upcoming 2011 to 2012 dance season. I know you're probably getting underway with your songs right now. Hopefully your kids are really excited about what this year is going to bring in terms of dance, and best of luck at your competitions and recitals. So until next time, I'm Morris Partee, and thanks for watching.